What is up, guys? It's 10VivMan here again, bringing you another battle. Sorry it's been a while since I've uploaded a match. I really haven't had an opportunity to do many battles. I got a 3DS recently, been playing that a lot, and I only play Pokemon, my Pokemon White version on my DSi, so I didn't want to change friend codes or anything, so I've been a little busy with that, and I've just neglected to narrate any matches. But I recently got one with one of my good friends, and I can't remember his new YouTube channel off the top of my head, but he used to be TrollKartWii, and now he has a different YouTube name. But this was a really fun RU match I had with him, and you know I've got a lot of NU stuff in this team, but he's got a pretty solid RU team using Electros. He's got Poliwrath, Miltank, Hitmonlee's a dangerous Pokemon, and so is Medicham, both really powerful fighting types. But other than that, you know, I'm going to probably leave my Scolipede, hoping to get some entry hazards up early game. So that's my strategy, and we'll get this battle started. I didn't really know what he was going to lead with here, but like I said earlier, I lead with my Scolipede here just to scare, because I have Focus Sash and I have Spikes and Toxic Spikes on this thing, but he actually leads with his Medicham, and I didn't understand why until I saw the trick, and I completely forgot Medicham gets Trick, so he tricks me a Choice Scarf, and I'm like, did a Choice Scarf. Well, this kind of sucks, because now, you know, I set up my Toxic Spikes first turn, so now I'm locked into Toxic Spikes. Which, again, it really isn't a bad thing. It's because I might as well, you know, put both layers up because I'm locked into it. He actually goes into his Miltank here just to sponge up the first layer of poison. As I set up my second layer of Toxic Spikes right here. So I got both layers of my Toxic Spikes. I didn't see a Rapid Spinner on his team. The only possible spinner he could have is this Hitmonlee, but they usually don't carry Rapid Spin, so I don't really think he has it. But here I just switch out and go into my Furrow, probably predicting a Body Slam or something. But he actually goes straight for the Heal Bell here, which is kind of surprising because none of his other Pokemon are poisoned, so he just wanted to cure the poison off his Miltank rather early on. But you know, I obviously think Miltanks are usually played support. They usually carry Stealth Rock and Heal Bell and some other, you know, usually a stab move, and then I really don't know what the other move it could be, but like usually coverage or something. But he actually goes right back onto his Medicham here as I set up a bulk up on the switch. And you know, it's being like an RU game. I didn't really expect the Medicham to carry like a stab psychic move, but you know, in RU anything can happen because there's just a variety of different threats and stuff. So he makes a pretty decent play. He actually tricks me back my Focus Sash onto my Throw now, but now Throw is kind of crippled just because it loses the leftovers. So that kind of stinks. But I set up a second bulk up here. Giving me the +2 attack, +2 defense. This Throw is actually max HP, max special defensive. Throw is actually probably the bulkiest fighting type. It has, you know, base 120 HP and base 85 defense. It's very, very bulky. But here Medicham of course shows he has the stab Psycho Cut, so I'm like, crap. And Medicham's got the ability Pure Power, which basically doubles his attack, which kind of nullifies my +2, so my +2 in the defense. But here I go for a +2 payback. And of course, it's not stab, even though it's a base 100 power move. It will not kill Medicham from that range. And thanks to my own leftovers, he's actually going to survive the poison here, which really, really stinks. So, you know, right now, I think he wants, you know, do more damage with Psycho Cut. So I predict him to Psycho Cut again, so I go into my Zweilous. But guess what? He pulls the high jump kick. So I'm like, no, Zweilous, no. Oh, no. And it dies. Even though I'm an Eviolite, there's no way I'm taking a base 130 power stab move from a Medicham. So it's really being super effective and all. So Zweilous unfortunately goes down. I love using Zweilous in the lower tiers just because it has, you know, the most powerful outrage one of the most powerful outrages in the game, thanks to its hustle ability. Just really powerful, you know. And then Medicham dies to poison finally. So now he sends out his Hitmonlee here. I go into my Scolipede, you know, just to see what kind of set he is. He could be like he could be the Reckless set, he could be the Unburdened set. Shows right here he's Unburdened because he's got Normal Gem Fake Out. What he's basically doing, if you're not aware, Normal Gem, of course, boosts the power of normal type moves, so he gets to use his one-turn move, and thanks to now Unburden doubles your speed when you lose your held item, and since he used his Normal Gem, he now has his speed doubled, so now he's really fast and powerful. So he decides to hit me here with Earthquake, and I'm being Scarfed, and even Scolipede's Scarf does not outspeed, which is impressive, but I go for my unstabbed Earthquake. Even though I'm in Swarm range, I didn't think my Mega Horn would do as much damage just because he resists it. But here he kind of made a really risky play going for the high jump kick. He could have finished me off with Earthquake, but I guess he predicted a switch there. But my Scolipede goes down. And now I'm in a kind of a tight switch situation because I don't really know what to switch into this Hitmonlee. He's got one hit left in him. So, but I bring up the star of the show, and this is my Golbat. And this is an Eviolite Golbat. We have, rather mixed defenses. Actually, I think it's the first Smogon set. But he goes for the Stone Edge, he hits, and it doesn't even do half to my Golbat. And knowing he's going to die, I actually go for the Roost here, which was a great play on my part. Just because when he dies, I can get back right up to full health, which is great. I can pretty much take any hit, whatever his next Pokemon brings at me. So down goes his Hitmonlee to the poison, and I'm sitting pretty comfortably right now. I got my full health Golbat, and I really don't know what he's going to bring out here. So he actually goes into his Electros, and I really don't know what kind of Electros set it is, but I go for the taunt. It could be a coil set. It could be just straightly special attacking, but he does show he has coil here, so I'm glad I taunted him. And I just go out right here for the Super Fang. And, of course, Super Fang is a tutor move from Heart Gold Soul Silver that brings him down to half health. My best option of hitting it. He goes for the Stab Wild Charge here. And he's most likely a bulkier Golbat. Sorry for moving. I'm a little uncomfortable. So, but that Wild Charge only does about a third of Golbat, which is very impressive. Just shows how bulky Golbat can be. Even though that Electros probably doesn't have any offensive investment. But here he withdraws, and he goes into his Musharna. And Musharna it's kind of an iffy Pokemon, but if he has Calm Mind, I have Taunt. But I Roost on the switch just because I know that if he Wild Charges again, Roost will nullify my Flying typing, meaning his Wild Charge won't be doing as much because I'm faster. So, but he does withdraw into Musharna here, and of course I'm predicting him to set up. I'm predicting him to try to set up here. So I just go for the Taunt, and just trying to shut him down. And my Taunt was actually successful because he did try to Calm Mind out here. So it was kind of an iffy play going to Musharna, but it really wasn't much of an option he could really do. But he shows he has leftovers, so he's definitely a bulkier Musharna. And I'm trying to think what I'm going to do here. Yeah, that's right. I go for the Super Fang, just because Musharnas are just so bulky. They have a huge amount of HP. They have pretty good defenses. And he just goes straight out for the offensive here using his Stab Stored Power. But Stored Power does nothing, even though it's super effective, because it's only a base 20 power move, and its effect is the more you boost your stats, the stronger the move gets. That's the whole point of Calm Mind. It really boosts the power up of Stored Power. I have a pretty nasty Musharna set myself, but he decides to switch out here, knowing he can't do anything with Musharna. I'm hoping I can KO it with a Brave Bird. Actually, of course, I'm more of a Brave Batting Golbat if you get the pun, but of course, that Miltank's probably more defensive, so it doesn't really take much damage. Doesn't take much damage from the Brave Bird. Barely anything at all. Barely not even a quarter. But get some more poison damage racked up, and I decided to switch out here. So I really don't want Golbat to get paralyzed because it's a fast taunter. I need my fast taunter. I really need it from both Musharna and Electros. I predicted him to Heal Bell right there as I switched into my Scarf Magmortar, so I was breathing a sigh of relief when it didn't paralyze me. That would have really screwed me over. But I think he's going to switch out here, but I just go for the Focus Blast anyway. But I missed, and I was so mad. I'm like, I wanted this thing dead because that would have probably killed. Miltank is not known for its special defensive capabilities, but he Healed Bell, so he gets rid of Miltank's poison, he gets rid of his own poison, gets rid of Musharna's poisoning, even though there'll be poison on the switch, and it's whatever. But I have to really switch out here, just hoping to sponge up any body slams of my Eviolite Rhydon, which is actually max HP, max special defense, as he goes for the Stealth Rocks, which is kind of late game, but I'm firing onto my Stealth Rocker as well, and I'm probably going to take the advantage of this opportunity to set up my own Stealth Rocks, just because, I want Pokemon to get hit with all sorts of, I got an entry hazard, everything. So he goes for the body slam, does absolutely nothing to my Rhydon, go for the Stealth Rocks just to set those up, and, everything can take damage, which is great. So, but my Rhydon in return can't really do anything to it. I have Earthquake, Ice Punch, and Fire Punch on it, and this Miltank most likely is Thick Fat, so those two moves, Ice Punch and Fire Punch are going to do anything, and Earthquake's probably not going to do much anyway. I go back into Golbat here, hoping to, I just got to do something. I got to sponge something. So he Body Slams. I'm hoping he doesn't get the para. He doesn't, and that Body Slam really does nothing to Golbat, which is great. And I'm just hoping I can, Roost Stall him or something, but he actually withdraws here, which kind of surprised me, and he goes right back out to his Musharna, hoping I guess he can get another chance to set up. But, you know, it's so weak in health, and it's going to get hit by entry hazards. It gets badly poisoned again. It gets hit by the stealth rocks. And, of course, I just roost. And that really puts me in an even better situation. Just because, you know, I'm going to take next to nothing from his stored powers. And, you know, I'm in overall on a pretty good boat. So, but, Musharna is just getting weaker and weaker. And I don't really think he's going to switch out here. So I just, you know, want to go for my Brave Bat. And so I do, and then, of course, from that range, even though I have no attack investment, this Brave Bird will finish off the Musharna, so I don't have to worry about the Flying Fetus anymore. But I believe now he goes into his Poliwrath, which really caught me off guard. I didn't understand why he'd bring in Poliwrath on a Golbat, who quad resists any fighting moves. And, of course, me being Violet on top of that, he's not going to take anything from that. But here I go for the taunt, predicting him to maybe sub or bulk up or something, and he actually does go for the substitute, which really surprised me. I mean, unless you're carry Ice Punch, I really didn't understand why he tried to sub there. Because his Focus Punches aren't going to do anything to my Golbat. Anything at all. Because I quad resist it. He goes for it anyway, just, you know, trying to do some damage. And I just go for the Super Fang here, because I know my Brave Bird's not going to kill straight out. So I use Super Fang. I have his HP. And, of course, he loses his focus. It would have been really bad if Super Fang missed there, but it wouldn't have been too bad. But, you know, you get my point. But Poliwrath's quickly getting worn down, and he really doesn't have a safe way to bring in anything else. So I go for the Brave Bird. Finish off that Poliwrath, you know, being stab and super effective because Poliwrath's half fighting. So down he goes. And now he's down to his last two, which I think are Miltank and Electros. And he goes back into Electros here. And, you know, he could Wild Charge. He could try to set up again. I predict him to set up because that's probably his best way of doing anything. So I taunt him. I'm hoping he goes for the coil. I don't really care if he Wild Charges, and he does Wild Charge here. And because I know I can take it. But problem being, the Hex Gods attack me and I get critted. So the star of the show gets beaten by a crit. And I'm like, ah! But it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Just keep telling myself that. It's okay. So Electros finishes me up with a crit Wild Charge. It didn't overly matter in the end, I guess. But I bring in my Magmortar here, you know, just hoping to burn whatever comes in. You know, blasting with Fire Blast everywhere. Makes a pretty good play here, switches out, goes into his Miltank, knowing most likely the Fire Blast is coming. I could have Focus Blasted, but the thing is, it's just so shaky. Focus Blast already missed once in this game. I don't really want to miss again. So I go for the more accurate Fire Blast, and Miltanks usually have thick fat, so that Fire Blast is going to do half the damage as it should. And it does almost half from that range, which is pretty nice. But, of course, the problem being, he could Milk Drink at any point. Of course, Milk Drink is Miltank's version of Recover. So I'm hoping this next Fire Blast crits, or I just get max damage off of it. And unfortunately, I do not. He lives with a little chunklet, but he actually healed us here, which really surprised me. Just because, Miltank is only going to get poisoned again if he switches in. So I guess it wasn't a bad play. But I'm guessing he predicted me to switch out, knowing my Fire Blasts aren't going to do anything. But I want to take this down to Magmortar. And I do hit him with a Fire Blast, and of course, he goes down. He's not going to take another Fire Blast. So my Magmortar, if you guys remember one of my last battles, Magmortar missed 4 Fire Blasts in a game. But in this game, Magmortar has redeemed himself and hits all 4 Fire Blasts. So, and that last Fire Blast is going to take out his last Pokemon, being his Electros. And guys, that will be the game. It was a really fun game, and one of my best friends. Like in Pokemon and stuff, and just a general good guy. We have a lot of battles and stuff, so it's a lot of fun. But I hope you guys enjoyed that match. Hopefully I'll be uploading more stuff in the future. So like, comment, sub, and later, guys.